It's a rainy day in Key West. Take two. Excuse me. Hi. Hey, you guys. Listen. It's rained all day long today. And it's nighttime now. And of course, it's going to rain all night long. I have done absolutely nothing. And I have spent, I've been online doing a lot of what we call, battling with my demons. And I thought that I would give you like the top 3 or 4 types of conversations that I get into with the average Christian out there. Alright? And my dealings with them sometimes is not always so wonderful. Sometimes I use the word idiot and stuff like that. But then again, I try to put myself in Jesus' shoe, and what would Jesus say? And so that's kind of like where I'm at. So, I want to tell you, so one of my favorites has been this one woman, and she's a Bible thumper out there, and this Bible thumper gal, she's really nice. I really think she's a nice gal. And these Christians, most of these Christians out there are the most beautiful people that you probably could imagine. You really could, but they really love their Bible so much that when they go down to protecting it, you can see the devil come out of them. And that's actually what I try to, whenever we communicate, this kind of what shows up, and it helps me talk about it. And then next thing you know, it's almost like they're hanging up on, I've had enough, and so it's kind of fun. And I would think that this is, they say, what are you doing in this world? You should be somewhere else. You should be like where New Age people are. And I said, because this is where, if Jesus was real, this is the little dens that he'd show up in. He'd always be finding out where all the sin was going on, and he's going to go in there and see if he could convert a few of them. It doesn't hurt. But in more instances than others, the story goes that, hey, if nobody wants you, just get the fuck out. Shake off your shoes and leave the motherfucker. So, it's like, don't leave pearls before swines, and so, think about that, so it's like, fuck you, motherfucker, you're not gonna listen to me, and then I get this. That's not very Christian of you. Well, I ain't a Christian, God helped me when I was, that's how I got all this learnings from. It's probably where I got my sailor mouth from, too, But, no, we won't blame that on the church. Just, blame that on my parents. No, I was in the Navy. I will just blame it on them. Let's blame it on my parents. Well, anyways, one of the biggest things is listening to these people talk about waiting for the end times. Oh, Jesus is going to come. Jesus is going to come. And I said, no, Jesus ain't going to come. Oh, I'm not going to repeat all the things that they say about me, because sometimes I don't really listen to them either, but they make me laugh. And I have this, I don't feel terrible at all, and it just doesn't seem to hurt me to hear what they got to come up with about me. And frankly, that's part of the, it's part of the territory, So what I do is it actually helps me to chisel down some of the teachings that I do, because some of these people is pretty block-headed, and I know I sound kind of block-headed in some way, like I'm uneducated or something like that, but I'm very educated, very well educated. I just don't care to have to sound and be like everybody else, it's kind of like a cloak of some kind of itself. I don't care what other people think about me. It doesn't hurt me at all. Especially when I know that I'm pulling at a jugular vein to most people when it comes down to religion, and I go about it as a matter of fact type of thing. It's not like, don't you think? Don't you think? No. I don't do that. I know more. I know a whole lot more about it. So, that's what I teach. But anyways, this woman, she was thinking about, Christianity and listening to people like me and how it looks like we are attacking the Christians. They're under attack. can't have this, can't have that, you can't have the Ten Commandments out in front of things, and this and that, you can't have your manger scene out in front of such and such, you know, war against Christianity. Well, you know, and they want to invite it into classrooms, you know, with the talk and the mayhem and the incest and the way that they read the Bible. And they're going to bring this in and, you know, look at it as some kind of like a real document, you know. And you watch it on History Channel, they've already got it already convinced that, oh, it's real. It isn't. Not one goddamn thing about it is real. And I'll tell you, they need this in order to meet whoever these Illuminati people are, whoever the black ops people are. You have to have this kind of supernatural control over people and a device that divides and conquers people at the same time. And when I say that, it's that like the believer and the non-believer are both pulled and sucked down into this quagmire of delusion. You know, it's only people like you and me, and I'm not shitting you, that can figure this whole thing out. And we become, you know, some kind of product of the system. When we're little, they don't give a fuck. But if I can whittle this down to make it easier for the most block-headed motherfucker to just hit them on the head with it, I've exposed them to it, and in this world, in this computer age, these people have thousands and thousands of hits, and you make a conversation up like you're a fucking pussy, you know? Some people say, oh, who is that? You know, and some people take that line and start to move on, and I'll say, well, this is what I meant by that. You know, or when I hear these gross misinterpretations of things, well, it's time to say something. So this woman, we call her Jennifer, you know, she says, in these times now, they're so scary, she's going to go, just like the Bible tells her, she's going to go and sell a cloak or coat, and she's going to go and get herself a sword, except she goes, nowadays, I'm sure that he would mean a gun, you know. So the Bible is telling her that the time's tough. You know, you better go out there and defend your religion. Oh, you better get some. You gotta get that gun. This is just what the divine asks of you. That's. I had to say something. I had to say something. Let's soften this somewhere. And I say, you know what dark language is? You know, dark language. Even if you guys don't know, dark language means doesn't mean well. Means saying something terrible, oh, I always use it all the time, shooting the bull. That means having a conversation. You're not actually shooting the bull, but if you took it literally, you're shooting the bull. But anyhow, what they were talking, what they're talking about in this situation is that the cloak, what people use, and she used this Bible as it's going to save her. She uses this cloak as a shield, so that's like a coat, a covering. The Bible is already talking about it. It says that it's better that you sell this coat and buy yourself a sword. You know, and this is all about protection. So, you know, mystically speaking, you know, you got to say, what does that mean? Do I really got to go and get a gun? Is God asking me to go out and kill something, you know, again? You know? God has something about killing and murdering and destroying and stuff like that, you know? He's made out to be some kind of schizophrenic. You know, some guy has got, you know, he's happy one day and he's mad the other. Well, you know, the reasons why is because we look at him as a him. And they totally obliterate the female side of his Elohim. That's what his name is, not God. It's Elohim. It's male and female. So there's two things there. So right off the bat, everybody's, you know, running them off the deep end. They're already wrong because they don't recognize the mother in all this, you know. So, oh wow, whose problem is that? You know, what happens when you see that? Who's called the demon because he recognizes what the rest of the Christians and the rest of the people that are trying to reach this place, what they are missing. Who is called the demon, you know, and who don't give no damn, you know. What are you doing here? I'm here for you, I say. I'm here for you and anyone that's willing to listen, you know. And you're a den of vipers as far as I'm concerned, and you're welcome company, you know. I think it's kind of fun. But anyways, what you're supposed to do is the sword the sword means anything but killing something, and it's not a weapon at all. The sword is the truth. Jesus is the truth. Jesus is the well. All of these things mean the truth. The sword cuts like a knife. The truth cuts like a knife. He doesn't kill anything. God doesn't kill anything. Well, the divine side, the pretty side, the nice side, there ain't nothing there. This is another one of the conversations with God, God's going to come and get you, God's wrath, And I said, no. There's one side that gives you peace, and the other side gives you hell, Oh no, that's some kind of new age. No, it's not. Look it up in the fucking Bible, and it tells you that. God damn, He. Someone's reading the Jewish Talmud, said Jesus was wallowing around down in the excrements, And I said, wow, doesn't that sound terrible, the more dark language. And I said, well, do you know that Jesus actually, in the Greek words, he's been named Christos. That's that, our jism, all right? It just happens to be stored down there in the testicular areas, and Jesus is known as the testator. And that means he runs the distance between here and there. That's the 33 vertebrae, this is lifting up, until you get to his 3 years of ministry, whatever. It's just so symbolic of, yes, Jesus sets and waits for you in hell. And his Father brings you from Egypt. Egypt is hell. I bring my son out of Egypt, bring him up and out of Egypt, Shit, yeah, man. Jesus is running around here screaming. Yes. The electrical energy that it takes to give the lift inside of you and this Christos and the oil to write the 7 lamps along the way and the 7 chakras and the 7 seals that run up the back side of your, it's written on the inside, and I've seen at the right hand of the Father. It's all beautiful stories, but it's all about this inside works of us. It's not have anything to do with the outside of us. Not one damn thing. It's all about the inside of us. It's a beautiful, beautiful play. Beautiful play, a personification of these beautiful energies within the body that do its job to clean us up, to balance us from inside and outside. Here comes the airplane. So I'm going. I love you guys, and best to you. I'll be back.